A 7-month-old child suffers life-threatening injuries tonight after a car accident on Versailles Road.
To lose Jonathan from our lives so abruptly is incomprehensible.
Friends gather on the UK campus to remember a student killed in a robbery. A mudslide caused a big mess and shut down one of the busiest roads in eastern Kentucky for much of the day.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. Tonight, Lexington police are trying to figure out what led to a crash they say left a baby with life-threatening injuries. That crash happened around 6:30 tonight on Versailles Road near New Circle Road. Lexington police spent hours on the scene. Jordan Valines has the latest on the baby's condition. It's our top story at 11.
For nearly 2 hours, this busy stretch of Versailles Road near New Circle Road had to be shut down as Lexington police and the crash reconstruction unit investigated a crash that left a 7-month-old child in critical condition. We're told there were 5 people total involved in the accident, 2 adults and 2 children in the silver car and 1 adult in the white car. Police say the accident happened around 6:15 when the driver of the silver car, which was traveling outbound on Versailles Road, suddenly slammed on the brakes, causing the white car to rear-end them, crushing much of the back seat where the children were sitting. The 7-month-old suffered life-threatening injuries in the collision.
It was in a car seat, but we're not completely sure how well it was secured.
The other child in the car wasn't injured. After the crash, police tried to ask the driver of the silver car why he slammed on his brakes to begin with. But police say he was simply too distraught to answer any specific questions on scene.
It's under investigation right now, so there's no charge at this point.
Now, we're told that the 7-month-old was the only one that sustained any injuries in the crash. In Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
The stretch of Versailles Road where the accident happened reopened about 9 tonight. Well, 3 people, including a 17-year-old, have now been arrested for murder. And tonight, friends gathered to honor the UK student Lexington police say was shot during a robbery. 22-year-old Jonathan Krueger died early Friday morning. He was the photo editor for the Kentucky Colonel, which organized tonight's memorial on campus. As Monique Blair tells us, people shared their memories of Krueger tonight. It's a story new at 11.
To say that we are shocked and devastated only begins to express our feelings at this moment.
The vigil started tonight with a letter from 22-year-old Jonathan Krueger's family, a letter addressed to everyone who loved him.
To lose Jonathan from our lives so abruptly is incomprehensible.
Jonathan was the youngest of 4 children, and from the stories told tonight, he had other families here at UK, one being his fellow employees at the Kentucky Colonel.
Thank you for always listening and for our endless talks about our dreams and ambitions. I hope to live out some of yours for you.
Tonight we heard from Jonathan's friends about his love for UK basketball, his passion for bike riding, and his innate ability to make everyone around him smile.
All those things boil down to one simple thing. He was family.
As more than 200 mourners poured into Memorial Hall, they were asked to write a letter about Jonathan. The letters will be put into a scrapbook and mailed to his family.
He was everything to us, and imagining our lives without his smile is impossible.
And as they said goodbye tonight, Jonathan Krueger's loved ones promised to never forget him.
We love you, Jonathan, now and forever.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Well, funeral services are being planned for Krueger's immediate family, but a celebration of his life is being scheduled for May 31st. Details for that are still in the works. Well, as we mentioned, Lexington police have now charged 3 people with murder in this case. They arrested the 3rd person, a 17-year-old, today. The other 2 suspects, 18-year-old Justin Smith and 20-year-old Efren Diaz, pled not guilty in court this afternoon. Lexington police say they do not anticipate any other arrests in this case. We combed through social media posts, pictures, and videos, and in them we found where Smith and Diaz claim to be members of gangs in Lexington. But police have not said if those claims are true. So far, Lexington police have not made any arrests for the murder of a pizza delivery driver, and they say they have few leads in the case, so they're asking for your help. Investigators say 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmood was stabbed last night at an apartment complex on Trent Circle. He worked for the Pizza Hut on Sarin Drive. Police say they aren't sure who made the delivery call that ended with Jitmood's death, and they're not sure if he was specifically targeted. Friends say he had been working on a film project and loved to create new things.
It was so obvious he was trying to make his mark on this world with his art, film, writing, music, rapping, you name it.
In a statement, Pizza Hut said the company is saddened by what happened and is cooperating with law enforcement. A man police say escaped from a North Carolina prison 40 years ago has been found in central Kentucky. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office arrested 66-year-old Clarence Moore late this afternoon in Frankfort. The sheriff says Moore also had an arrest warrant for contempt of court in Franklin County. He's been taken to the Franklin County Jail. Friends say it is a devastating loss. Tonight they are remembering a mother killed in a crash. Investigators say Tina Rapley died this morning after a car hit her SUV on US 60 in Clark County. They say Rapley was taking her daughter to school at the time. Police say the daughter had non-life-threatening injuries. Friends say Rapley was a breast cancer survivor and was involved in Relay for Life.
She loved her community. She loved her family. Friends were important to her. She was just a great all-around person. She was funny. She would help those when they were down, if they needed it. It's a big loss for our community and her family.
Police think the driver of the car that hit Rapley's SUV may have fallen asleep at the wheel and crossed the center line of the road. He was not injured. A man died in Breathitt County this afternoon after police say his car slammed into a coal truck. It happened along Highway 15, not far from the Perry County line. Witnesses told police the coal truck had stopped for a school bus that was letting off some children. Police say the victim's car came around a curve but didn't stop and hit the back of the coal truck. They say the man died at the scene. His name has not been released. Road crews think heavy rain triggered a mudslide that shut down a busy eastern Kentucky road for much of the day. They say mud, rock, and other debris slid down onto US 23 in Floyd County this afternoon. Road crews say they haven't been able to clean up the mess because mud is still falling off the hill and they're not sure how to stop it. No injuries were reported. Right now, only one lane of US 23 is open. Road crews will be on scene throughout the night. They say they will shut down the road again if the mud becomes too dangerous. Well, the latest round of rain today ushered in some cooler temperatures. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look. Now at your forecast. Hi, Jim.
Yeah, we'll have some pretty chilly stuff out there during the overnight, and that'll continue for most of the week as well. We'll likely see ourselves in the upper 50s, low, and even a few mid-60s. Defender tonight has almost tracked the moisture out of here. Just a little bit hanging on parts of eastern Kentucky, and there might be a little renegade rogue shower trying to pass through to our south. But other than that, it is nice and calm all across central and eastern Kentucky. Temperatures are running already in the low 50s area-wide. Lexington, Richmond, Danville, Somerset, all coming in there 50, 51 degrees, and you can already see some 40s trying to seep into the area across northern parts of Kentucky as they're now down to 48 degrees in Covington. We'll continue to watch those temperatures drop as we head into the overnight. We'll call it mostly clear because it looks like, especially as we get toward the early morning hours, the skies will be on the clear side. How about a low around 42 degrees? You'll notice that in the morning. And what you will notice later on this week could be the potential for some patchy frost in some of those early morning forecasts. We'll take a closer look coming up for you in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim, we will see you then. Thank you. We are tracking the investigation into a strange assault case in Richmond. Police say a man attacked his wife while she was driving. Richmond police arrested 49-year-old Gary Rogers of Jackson County. They say he was riding in the car with his wife when he became angry and started hitting her repeatedly. Police say his wife nearly blacked out and nearly lost control of the car. Eventually, they say she pulled into a parking lot, but witnesses say Rogers kept punching her. Police charged him with wanton endangerment and assault. Tomorrow, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office says it will make a major announcement involving some ongoing bourbon theft cases. The sheriff has scheduled a news conference for tomorrow afternoon. One of the cases, the 2013 theft of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon, is still unsolved. Someone stole thousands of dollars worth of the bourbon from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Police did make an arrest for another bourbon theft, this one from Wild Turkey Distillery. The suspect in that case, Gilbert Kurtzinger, is scheduled to be in court tomorrow. Investigators haven't said if the two cases are connected. Tonight, Bluebell Creameries announced it is recalling all of its products on the market over ongoing listeria concerns. The company says 2 samples of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream tested positive for the bacteria. Last month, the company recalled some products after listeria was linked to 3 deaths in Kansas. But again, this latest recall covers all of Bluebell products. The company isn't sure how the bacteria ended up on its manufacturing line. Tonight, protesters are demanding answers about how and why a man died after being arrested by Baltimore police. Investigators now say 25-year-old Freddie Grays died over the weekend of a severe spine injury. His arrest was recorded on video last week. You can see police carry him with his feet dragging the ground. Grays slipped into a coma half an hour after his arrest. A police report says Grays was arrested without force or incident, but police say right now they don't know what caused his spinal injury.
When Mr. Grays was placed inside that van, he was able to talk. He was upset, and when Mr. Grays was taken out of that van, he could not talk and he could not breathe.
And then they showed surveillance of the cameras that's around in the community, and you don't even see footage of what actually happened to this young man. That's questionable.
Baltimore's mayor is calling for calm in his city, and he's promised a full investigation that will provide answers by next Friday. The 6 officers involved in Grays' arrest have been suspended with pay. Richmond police have arrested a man they say secretly videotaped a woman. They charged 22-year-old Jason Humphreys with video voyeurism. Police say he recorded the victim by putting a camera under a closed bathroom door. Police say she was getting out of the shower at the time. They say the victim later found out about the video and called police. Tonight, investigators say a tree that fell onto a car killing a woman in Cincinnati had been scheduled to be removed. The pin oak tree fell on 65-year-old Jacqueline Carr's vehicle yesterday. Cincinnati leaders say they found some dead wood in the tree last summer, and they were planning to remove the tree eventually as a precaution. Investigators say saturated soil from recent rain and decay in the tree's roots likely caused it to fall. The Warren County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a missing teenager they fear could be in danger. Deputies say 16-year-old Olivia Freeze of Bowling Green was reported missing this morning. They say she was last seen wearing a black hoodie-style sweatshirt and black combat-style boots. She's a student at Greenwood High School. Police say information they received during this investigation leads them to believe Olivia could be in danger, but they won't elaborate. If you are planning to drive between Lexington and Richmond overnight, we have a traffic alert for you. State road crews have now closed 2 southbound lanes between the Clays Ferry Bridge and mile marker 96 in Madison County. Crews had to close 2 lanes to resurface the middle lane. They say 2 southbound lanes will be open to traffic again by 6 tomorrow morning. And 2 years after running away from a home, a dog will soon be reunited with her family. Tilly, a 7-year-old beagle mix from Lexington, disappeared in 2013. Well, a few months later, her family had to move to Utah. But last week, someone found Tilly walking down the sidewalk on Hart Road. She didn't have a collar or any tags, but a microchip confirmed who she was, and her family can't wait to have her back.
First thing I'm going to feel is positivity and being complete, and finally my little girl having her best friend back. I just want to hug that dog. I've missed her so much.
Well, a member of the Lost and Found Pets of Lexington Facebook page has actually volunteered to drive Tilly to her family in Utah. She'll be reunited with them on Friday. That is pretty incredible.